Hello and welcome to Little Learners. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how you and your child can make a clock that they can use to help them learn how to tell the time. The first thing you'll need is a paper plate. Any colour will do, I'm choosing blue today. You'll also need a pencil and a ruler. On your paper plate you may notice that around the side are these kind of ridges which are all equally spaced out. We'll be using those to work out where the numbers need to go on our clock. Choose one of the ridges and colour it in. Then use the ruler to find out where the very opposite ridge is and draw a line between them, if your pencil will actually work. This is your halfway mark. Turn the plate and do the same thing again so that you end up with the plate divided into quarters. Count how many ridges are in between the lines that you've drawn. You're going to need 2 more marks in each quarter. I worked out that mine should be spaced 3 ridges apart. This means that when I put the numbers on my clock, they will all be equally spaced out. If you don't have ridges on your paper plate, you can use the folding method. Fold it in half to find out where the halfway mark is. Mark your ridges. And continue to rotate the plate, folding it in half again and again until you find all 12 of the ridges that you need to mark. Next, I'm going to be making my number squares to go on my clock. I'm just working out how much space is between each of the ridges, because I think that's how wide each of my number squares should be. I worked out that mine need to be about 2 centimetres wide, which meant that I could use my 2 times table when I was marking them out on my piece of card. Make sure you have 12 squares, because we need 12 numbers on our clock. Once you've drawn them, cut them all out. Then ask your child to write the numbers 1 to 12 on the squares. If your child hasn't quite got to writing numbers yet, you could have the squares ready made and ask them to identify each number. Then use the ridges that you've coloured in on the back to work out exactly where your number squares need to go. It's a good idea to start with number 12 because this is the top of the clock and children should know that 12 always goes at the very top of the clock. Then add the rest of the numbers around the paper plate. Using the ridges that you've coloured in at the back as reference for where each of them need to go. I'm just using PVA glue to stick them on, but you may even be able to use a glue stick. Or you could use double-sided tape, whatever you've got at home. Once the glue has dried, make sure you find the very middle of your plate because this is where we're going to put the split pin through for our hands on our clock. Now I'm drawing the hands on my clock. I worked out roughly how long I wanted them to be and using my ruler drew them out on a piece of card, making sure that I had a pointy arrow at the top of each of them. Remember, one of them needs to be shorter than the other. I made sure that with the second hand, the tip of the arrow just reached the bottom of the arrow of my first hand. Next, cut those out. Remember, you need the hands to be wide enough for a split pin to go through them, so don't make them too thin. Now, what would one of my videos be without a bit of glitter? I'm going to cover each of the hands in a different colour of glitter, because this will just help them even more to differentiate between the first hand and the second hand. Now, you will need to leave these to dry before you can start putting a split pin through them. You'll probably notice in this video that I didn't leave them long enough, so I do get some glitter fallout during the rest of this video. Next, we're going to need a split pin. You're going to poke it right through the very centre of your plate, and then do the same with the end of each of your hands. You may need a sharp pencil to pierce your way through if your split pin isn't quite sharp enough, and it may be that an adult needs to do this for the child. Make sure that the smaller hand is layered on top, the larger hand is second, and then finally the split pin goes through the plate and is opened at the back. And there you go, you've got a lovely sparkly clock that you can actually use to help your child learn how to tell the time. And in my next video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how you can help your child learn how to tell the time by using this very clock. If you liked this video and found it helpful, please make sure you hit that thumbs up button because it really helps out my channel. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, be sure to click the bell icon so you never miss a video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.